Title: When Kindness Becomes a Toxic Mask. Machiavelli and the Dark. Sada being nice one. Introduction. When kindness makes us suspicious, we grow up surrounded by lessons that praise kindness as a virtue. Gentleness, compassion, and generosity are held up as the cornerstones of a good life. From fairy tales to family rules, we're told that being nice will bring us happiness, peace, and love. But what happens when that same kindness is weaponized? Perhaps you've experienced it. Someone treats you with sweetness, showers you with compliments, lends you a hand without you asking. It feels good at first, but over time, something feels off. You feel watched, maybe even manipulated. Their smile remains, their voice stays soft, but your gut whispers something different. That's when you begin to question, is all kindness truly kind? Or is it, at times, a mask worn to hide deeper intentions? This question echoes through the ages, and one of the most provocative voices that warned us about such facades is Niccolò Machiavelli, the Renaissance political philosopher. He dared to suggest that sometimes being good is less important than appearing good. And in doing so, he uncovered the unsettling truth. Kindness can be a mask for power, control, and fear, too. Kindness as a tool of power in The Prince, Machiavelli's controversial masterpiece. He asserts that rulers should not always strive to be virtuous, but they should always appear virtuous. Why? Because the image of kindness can control people more effectively than fear or violence ever could. This principle doesn't only apply to kings and queens. In modern society, we often witness a more subtle, more insidious form of manipulation, cloaked in kindness. Think of the boss who compliments you excessively only to guilt you into working overtime, or the friend who offers unsolicited help, then expects your undying loyalty in return. Here, kindness is no longer a moral compass. It becomes a currency, a way to earn influence, loyalty, or emotional leverage. And just like that, what once seemed noble is revealed as a sophisticated game of control. 3. The archetypes of masked kindness. All kindness is created equal. Some kindness heals, some kindness binds, and some controls. Let's look at 3 common archetypes of toxic kindness. A. The overgiver. This person never says no. They're always available, always sacrificing, always giving. At first it feels like love, but soon you realize there's a price. Your independence, your ability to make your own choices, your right to set boundaries. The overgiver's kindness traps you in a cycle of guilt. You didn't ask for help, but now you owe them. You feel obligated to keep the peace, to return the favor, to tiptoe around their needs. This is kindness as emotional debt. B. The sweet talker. They're charming, agreeable, and always polite. But they avoid confrontation like the plague. They'll never criticize you to your face, but they might undermine you behind your back. They'd rather let you fail than risk an uncomfortable conversation. Their kindness is conflict avoidant, shallow, and inauthentic. It's a sugar-coated shield that protects them, not you. C. The public hero. This is the kindness for show type. They volunteer, donate, and uplift others, but always with a camera nearby. Their goodness is performative. It's about being seen as generous, not about genuinely serving others. For the public hero, kindness is a brand, a mask for self-promotion. And behind the applause, there's often a hollow echo. 4. Why society rewards the mask. We must ask, why? Is this masked kindness so common? Why do so many of us fall into the trap of being nice instead of being real? The answer lies in our culture. From early childhood, we're rewarded for being obedient, polite, and pleasant. We're discouraged from expressing anger or setting strong boundaries. Over time, we learn that being nice gets us praise, acceptance, even love. But what does this cost us? We forget how to say no. We suppress our real feelings. We perform happiness when we're breaking inside. Eventually, the act becomes second nature. We don't know who we are without the mask. In society, which thrives on surface appearances, keeps encouraging us to keep it on. This is the slow erosion of authenticity. It's quiet crisis of emotional identity. 5. When kindness hurts more. Then it heals. Toxic kindness isn't just emotionally manipulative. It can be deeply damaging. Imagine being in a relationship where every disagreement is swept under the rug. No one ever raises their voice. No one ever says what they truly feel. On the surface, it seems peaceful. Underneath, resentment simmers. Eventually, things fall apart, not because of anger, but because of the absence of truth. Real relationships, whether romantic, familial, or professional, require friction. Not constant battles, but the courage to disagree, to be vulnerable. To confront discomfort together. When we use kindness to avoid these necessary tensions, we prevent growth. We choose comfort over connection. 6. Machiavelli and the power of honest courage. To understand Machiavelli is not to embrace cruelties, to recognize that truth has power. Brutal, honest power. What if honesty is the highest form of kindness? What if telling someone, "This isn't working," or "I'm hurt by what you did," or "I need space," isn't cruel but deeply caring? The courage to speak truth, even when it trembles, often leads to liberation. It opens doors to real understanding. It gives others permission to be honest too. Machiavelli's message wasn't about abandoning morality. It was about being awake, knowing when kindness is sincere and when it is merely theater, and having the clarity to choose truth, even when it's harder. 7. Redefining kindness. Courage, not compliance. So how do we reclaim kindness from the mask? First, we must redefine it. True kindness is not saying yes to everything, saying yes to the things that matter, and no to the things that don't serve you or others. True kindness is not smiling through pain. It's facing your own suffering and being strong enough to show up anyway. True kindness is not soft and submissive. It's strong, clear, and bound. Ariad. It is the friend who tells you the truth when no one else will. The mentor who challenges your excuses. The partner who says, "I love you enough to be real with you." This is kindness with backbone. Compassion without self-erasure. 8. Taking off the mask. A personal awakening. Taking off the kindness mask is terrifying. You might lose people. You might be misunderstood. You might feel exposed. But what you gain is far greater authenticity. Real relationships built on truth, not performance. You begin to see the people who love you not for your pleasing behavior, but for your whole self. You start to set boundaries not as walls, but as acts of love. You learn to say, "I can't help you with that right now. That hurt me. I disagree, and that's okay." These are not acts of rejection, they are acts of integrity. And, slowly, as the mask falls, something else rises, your true self. 9. Conclusion: choosing realness over reputation. Dear soul, if you've made it this far, perhaps you too are weary of the game, weary of smiling when you want to scream, weary of giving without being seen, weary of being nice instead of being you. Let me say this: you don't have to prove your worth through politeness. You don't have to earn love by erasing yourself. You don't have to wear the mask another day. Kindness doesn't mean being passive. Kindness doesn't mean being silent. Kindness doesn't mean betraying yourself. Kindness means truth wrapped in grace. Kindness means boundaries rooted in self-respect. Kindness means loving others without losing yourself. So take a breath, okay? Take off the mask, and take your place in the world not as someone who is merely nice, but as someone who is whole, honest, and awake. If this message touched something in your heart, leave a comment, a like, or share it with someone who might need it. Your voice is a miracle that fuels the journey of Awaken. I set a channel where awakened hearts find each other. Thank you for listening. And remember, be kind, but never forget to be honest with love, always.